Good afternoon. Welcome back to the Normal One TV. Welcome if you're new, welcome if you're part of the Normal One community, and welcome to anybody who managed to kind of stumble across this weird, wonderful, and fairly new channel called the Normal One TV. And yes, I'm back again, guys. It's your boy Tony, full in effect, and I wasn't really planning to do a video today, but Liverpool got this habit, sort of pulling out things out of the bag that causes you to do these kind of videos. So, but before we talk about what I want to talk about today, please like, share, subscribe to the video, comment, please. Please comment on these videos. I think on my first one I got quite a handful of them. It'd be nice to get that sort of up and running so I can interact a little bit more with you guys, and you guys then can interact with yourselves, etc. But yeah, if you don't mind doing that, guys, I really would appreciate it. And I also want to shout out to my boys and lasses on Liverpool Talk on Telegram. For them, they are one of the main reasons why I'm doing this actually now, my own sort of channel, because they've given me the sort of the encouragement and the sort of well wishes and support to do these videos. In fact, they asked me to do one today. So there's two reasons really. The fact what Liverpool are doing, plus also them asking me to sort of jump on and do the video. So what am I going to talk about? Well, I'm going to talk about the incoming transfer of Victor Muniz, a Spanish winger from Osasuna, I believe. Now this come out of nowhere, and it really resembled the time that we got Fabinho. That just came out of the blue, and we've had not just Fabinho as well, but other sort of transfers that we've done really quickly, and almost to a point where the journalists have no idea that this is happening. So you didn't have Fabrizio Romano coming out until obviously it was confirmed. You had nothing from Ornstein, you had nothing from Paul Joyce, all these cats, or even the weird and wonderful Indy Callier that tends to come up. There was nothing, absolutely nothing at all, until it was kind of broadcast late last night. Around about midnight, I think it was, from Romano himself. So that excites me a little bit, because it kind of tells me that there are things that are happening behind the scenes, and that Richard Hughes and Edwards are taking this seriously in terms of what happened season gone with the new incomings, and really can get a tune out of them. So they clearly realised that they need to add to the squad, because obviously with Salah obviously leaving, that obviously have the gap there. Well, a couple of gaps you've got as well, and Konate's leaving, but there's certainly going to be more incomings. Now, I have no idea about this kid, never heard of him. So I've been hearing little snippets here and there, watched videos of clips and certain people's opinions on this lad. And it's quite unusual, really. He's a good age. His capability looks good in terms of his centre of gravity. You know, he's quite quick. And he's come from Real Madrid's academy in Barcelona's, I believe. So he's and it sounds like he's been well sought after too, and we've managed to win the race. So much so that it looked like that Newcastle had the easier path of securing a signature, and then suddenly Liverpool have come along again 2 seasons in a row and given him a swift kick in the nuts and said, no, we're having him. So Newcastle must be sick of us, and quite frankly, I couldn't give a shit anyway. That's how it rolls. Sometimes we've lost out as well, for good and bad. You know, I remember we lost out on Lenny Euro, for instance, at Man United, and he's all right. Hasn't really put up trees yet, but then again, he's had injuries and whatnot. But I'm digressing. But I'm saying, you know, it could be. I'm hoping it'd be a masterstroke, but also I hope it's a start of our our transfer business in as much as we get these guys in as quickly as possible so that once the World Cup is over, that we can start integrating them into the first team and start building up and gearing up for the new season. So I'm really excited about it. As I said, it echoes of the Fabinho transfer. And yeah, it'd be interesting to see how it all kind of pans out. Now, it hasn't been, from what I understand, I haven't seen anything that's like been officially come out showing him holding a Liverpool shirt. Until that happens, it's still very much not done yet in my eyes. You know, that means once he's holding up the shirt, it's 100% ratified and he's done his, you know, you can see a picture of him signing the contract, all this kind of stuff. At the moment, it just sounds like we've agreed the deal and the medical's already been done apparently, and it's just a case of now the formalities. So I'm hoping that this is the catalyst to bring to life our other targets. And you know, there's talk about Diamonde that we're looking at, and Barcola potentially, you know, all these other players as well, because we need to get that attack up to sort of the level that we saw with Mane, Salah and Firmino. So let's see what happens with this, guys. You know, I'm excited. What do you think? What would you think about the way we've done it? What do you think of this guy? Do you know more about this lad than we do? And if so, can you pop it on a comment or something, or you know, share it with me, whatever the case is, or reach out and let me know what he's about. And the other surprise is, Jesus Christ, England actually played football. Like, we're in a different type of universe, like in Marvel or some shit. Although in the first half they looked a bit substandard. They got a good early goal from Kane, and I have to say, Kane really surprised me. I've not seen him play like that for England, I don't think ever. And he was all over the place yesterday, in a sense of, not all over the place like crap, but I saw him in the middle of the field doing some brilliant passes. I saw him defending, and of course him getting a couple of goals as well. And I think that's probably a lot to do with obviously the fact he's been a roaring success in Germany, but also he's, you know, it was Tuchel that brought him to Bayern Munich, isn't it? I think it was. And so, you know, Tuchel obviously knows what Kane is about and is clearly trying to build a team to facilitate Kane, and certainly it worked brilliantly yesterday. As I said, the first half was a bit, you know, up and down. We were doing, you know, we got into an early lead. We followed it up by going 2-1 up, and then there was obviously the equaliser just before half time. But it was us, not really. When I say us, England, not waking up, and then certainly in the second half, whatever was said, they definitely woke up, and I was amazed at some of the stats. I was pleased to see some of the football, I have to say, because typically speaking, just like Liverpool last season, it would have put me to sleep. In fact, it put me into a coma. They're so fucking boring. But I was pleasantly surprised yesterday. It was just nice to see them play football. And the only sort of disappointment really was Anthony Gordon. I thought it was a whole heap of shit. I was actually screaming out for Rashford to come on, and I fucking don't like United. But I know that he can do a job on that left-hand side, and when he came on, of course, he scored. What the fuck do I know, hey? Anyway, it was just good to see England playing good football, and I hope they build on that and they advance as far as they can do in the tournament. But fuck England anyway. It's all about Liverpool, isn't it? And this is what it's all about. So, yeah, I'm pleased that we're making moves in the transfer market early doors, and that's good to see. Could we get more in? Yes, we could get more in. You know, I'm looking at other clubs and they're making manoeuvres as well. Like Tottenham, I think, done 3 signings already. So if they can do it, we can probably do the same thing too. So I just want us to identify who we want to get, Go after them. If we can't get those ones, we've got plan B and get those guys secured. That's it. Nothing fucking more complicated than that. None of this bidding wars or longing it out or trying to save money here or there. Fuck that shit. I've had enough of that rubbish. It's, I want us to go in, identify where we're lacking, identify, put some real emphasis on squad depth, because that's really important. If we want to challenge for all of the competitions next season, we need players, and we're going to have to factor in that we are going to get long-term injuries and constant small injuries, and we need to have backup for that. And I want to see us having a like-for-like system. So, if we do have Frimpong obviously injured, then we've got somebody just as capable, or if better than Frimpong to come and to back him up. Just, and if he goes down or new player goes down, we've got a backup for that, because rightly or wrongly, we had Dominic covering the right wing, and it's because Bradley got injured long term. Frimpong had 2-3 injuries in that time, and he didn't really get up to pace for things. And then all of a sudden, we've got Dom on the right hand side because Stott decided not to play Calvin Ramsey. Now, Calvin Ramsey may come back into the fold under Iraola, and I hope he does, because that'd be a good backup again. So all the stupidity that we were doing last season, I just want us to eradicate it completely and almost make it like a complete distant memory, something that we can laugh about, because there was a lot of things that happened last season that really set us back and, cut deep, from my perspective. And there's a bit of a repair job going. And one of the things we can do we can eradicate that by doing things right, so that the fans have got something to cheer about, something that can say, right, we recognise what we've done wrong, but this is what we're doing about it, and no messing about. Let's not treat this as a fucking Monopoly game. It takes ages to sort out. Let's just get it done and dusted. We know what's required. If we all sat down right now and spoke about it, I can promise you, nearly all of us will come up with the same solutions, right, of what we need to get sorted for Liverpool and to move forward. And these guys know it as well. Their job is to negotiate the transfer fees and the contracts, and that's complex, right? That's their job to do. That's not for us to worry about. That's their job. And if it takes a little longer to do that, I can understand it. But if you're haggling over fucking £10 million just to get it done over the line, fucking do it. Let's not mess about no more. Because too long we've been standing still and other teams have moved in, just like the Gahey signing and Semenyo. We could have got those two guys. What do? Sat on our ass, especially Gahey. There's no reason why we could have got him last season, and he would have been brilliant for us, considering that Konate's left. Right? So we wouldn't have had to worrying about getting a defender now. We've had a ready-made replacement. But of course, what do? We sit on our fucking hands, look up in the sky and start scratching our asses. Don't want that to happen again. So I'm hoping to God this is just the start of it, and we're able to do the right thing. But we shall see. Who knows? Because there was a lot of criticism for Hughes and Edwards back in the last season, and I would probably say there's still a good few of us that want Hughes to fuck off and go to Saudi, right? I feel that. I think I want him gone too. But I don't know. He's got to redeem himself somehow, or if he's going to go, get our business sorted and piss off, if that's what you're going to do. But anyway, I don't know. I suppose I'm kind of waffling here a little bit now. But anyway, let's see what what the future brings. But really happy that we're starting to make some moves, and it looks like this kid could be quite good. So good news all round. But again, tell me what you think. It'd be good to hear your thoughts, and if this is a masterstroke or a bit of a shit the bed moment. And to be fair, you know, we're paying something like 40 million euros for it. It's about 35 million pounds. Ain't bad. It's not bad. I mean, you know, if it becomes a Salah in the coming years, well, money well spent, isn't it? And look at Salah. He was bought for less than 30 or something like that, I think it was. And that guy was worth every penny, and it was an absolute bargain. So let's see if it's a bit of a masterstroke again this time around. So yeah, that is it from me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, share, subscribe, do all that kind of nice stuff for me if you don't mind. And as these transfers and these kind of things start to make a big picture of things, I'll be doing more of these videos, of course. And no doubt, my little community of Liverpool Talk, they will probably prompt me as well. So until then, guys, listen, as always, enjoy your week, enjoy your day, enjoy the weekend that's coming up. It looks like it's going to be a brilliant weather again. It'll turn out nice again, as Big Dunk would say, motherfuckers. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you all again, and bring your ideas to the table, and you know, I'll be happy to kind of discuss it if you want me to. But yes, keep this intact. It's all about the mental wealth, guys. You know this already. And as always, you will never walk alone.